round up on the grid. Zoidberg in the Suzuki is in P1 here. As the 5 lights are counting down. Now the 5 lights are out and away we go. That's Dan almost off the track already, and it's already 2 car wide between Eugene and Bonza, as Bonza is in the Jaguar Midnight, almost smashing into the back over Bonza as well, as people are going really wide, as it is the NASCAR racing line, as Eugene's 2 car wide with Midnight in the Mercedes, as that's the Mobile One Racing Mercedes, as it's just 2 car wide with Eugene as well, as it might be the most awkward 3 car wide, and it is, as that's Eugene being forced almost into the grass here. Josh right behind Midnight, battling for P3 already, as that's Zoidberg, who's moved down to P1, but to P2, Bonds and P3, maybe P4 now, as that's Midnight really tired out on the exit, right behind Zoidberg as well in the Suzuki, which is not the best car, but the Mercedes is in P1 for now, as that is Josh in the Toyota Supra right behind Zoidberg in the Suzuki as well. The Toyota Supra is trying his hardest just so to, but it's a Suzuki 2 car wide with Midnight, as it's the Japanese manufacturer against the German manufacturer Midnight, the Zoidberg. Up on the inside goes Zoidberg, and he's made a wonderful move. Don't forget, guys, you can go as wide as you bloody want, as it is a NASCAR track. So Midnight, you could have went as wide as you wanted. But here we go. There's a Toyota Supra of Cat. I've not seen this Toyota Supra in quite a while. Josh, do not look behind, because you've got your older brother behind, who, well, 2 cars behind, who's in the older Toyota Supra with Chris Roderick, who is right behind in the Porsche as well. It might be 2 car wide for P8 here, with Dan in the Subaru Awesome in P12 as well, who does not go as wide as he could have, but it's completely fine. It's up to the drivers, as Cash is in P6, as Josh is also gaining on more. He's set the fastest set to 1, but that's only because it's lap 2, as then it's close. That's more silos through the whole chicane. He's lagging everywhere. Midnight is just about in P2 with Jay Moore almost being 2 car wide with Josh here, and it is almost 2 car wide, and it is 2 car wide between Moore and Midnight. Will it be 3 car wide? And it is almost 3 car wide, and that's Moore into the grass, and Josh is into P3, Zoidberg in P1 still. I do not know how. Zoidberg, you've got 2 rear hills. It's actually kind of cool, like inside your deck. Kind of weird. But as we see, Midnight in front of Josh only by 0.3 of a second. These lot are going as wide as possible. Zoidberg is that a crash? Yes, it is, and it's Chris Roderick who's into the wall, and he needs to get out the way of the other drivers here before the crash happens. It's a massive battle for P2. Josh has got past Midnight. Josh is just trying everything to keep these lot behind. As Josh is under a second to Zoidberg, who's in the yeah, there is an Andrew pack with Bonza almost having contact with Jay Mori, as it's Cash forcing his way through around the outside. He mightn't be trying to make a move for P5 here. What can Midnight try to do? On defending these two, he can go really wide, almost crash into the Toyota Supra with Cash on the inside line, which is a much shorter line, but these drivers can run off as much as they want off this track, as long as it's not onto the grass or the gravel track, as that Zoidberg under pressure from the Toyota Supra. Josh setting the fastest set to 2 or 3. I think it's set to 3 of this circuit. Now coming around the final corner, Zoidberg giving P1. Josh has the fastest lap of the 1:47.649 and he's just beat that by 5/10 of a second. In P2 still is trying his hardest. Zoidberg defending P1 for his life in the VGP. Here we go into the chicane, and we've got Zoidberg setting the fastest sector 1. Don't know how that works, but yeah, Zoidberg is having quite a good race as he launches his car as well. Josh is just trying to find a way on how to overtake in the Toyota Supra. That's a weird brake light on the VGT as well. It's like it's on the carbon fibre. Huh? As we safety car here. Yep. I'll be watching as well. Yeah. Now Bonza behind Josh for P2. A few cars back. Jay Moore is what the hell? Down into the wall with Davis, forcing him into the wall. I mean, it's easy NASCAR, right? So it is fine. No. Especially in NASCAR, it is illegal to pit maneuver people in NASCAR. So. Bonza tucked it up on the inside, I don't know. I think people might have to pick before lap 9. Zoidberg's in P1 still with probably the best tyres on anyone who's on the racing softs. Never mind. There's Cash who's got the best racing softs. Cash, how are your tyres not worn down? It's much better than everyone. Where's Josh gone? That's in piece. Yeah, people might have to pick before lap 9 today. Hint out, John. He might have to box. I mean, he can drive. Bonds is into the pit. I also forgot all about its like 2 spoiler end plates on the back, which I find really cool. Yeah. Okay, Zoidberg at the end of this lap. I think he has to. as Cash is forcing his way around the outside on the VDT with the better tyres, and there he is in P1. Zoidberg's been leading every lap, I think, apart from lap 9. Well, apart of lap 9. So impressive from the tiny Suzuki. Alright, Cash, if you're not going to pit, do not forget to slow down to 100k an hour and wait at the... Oh, he isn't. Just not expecting you with those racing softs that are barely even warm. True. Right, who's in P1? 100k an hour. Bit 2x2 also. He's just coming around the first corner now. Yeah, copy. He's on the back straight now. Just pick off. Orange. No silver. Yep, he is here now. Yeah. I'm keeping an eye out though, so everyone keep it bunched up to the car wide. Oh, that's a really good restart from Kashi. Zoidberg is almost 2 car wide. Bonza's side by side with Zoidberg, and that's Josh going really wide there, using the NASCAR racing line as much as possible. Jay Moore is behind as well, the American driver, at another home race of his on Watkinsglen here, as it's under a second for the top 6 to the top 1. Can it even be 3 car wide? Almost 3 car wide. But the Suzuki does not have enough power to make it that 3 car wide that they want. as that is Cash in P1, so Bonza P2, Zoidberg P3, Josh with the tiny bit of contact with J Moore there. I do not know what happened there whatsoever, but Josh is still on the back of Zoidberg. Zoidberg's defending with Eugene forcing his way around the outside of Josh. As let's see what Eugene can do in the M6 side by side with Josh, and he's not side by side anymore. What a move around the outside as well. That's one thing I have to say about that. That's really impressive as Josh is in P5 with J Moore in P6, as these two had contact a few corners ago. As they are too far wide, what can the soft runner do on the medium runner? As they are too far wide, so coming into the final corner, Josh is in P5 still with Midnight right behind Moore now. J Moore in the Porsche, the Mercedes with the Corvette on its own track, and there's contact, and that's Rodri, who hit the back of Davis, who hit the back of Midnight, who helped Moore just catch up to Josh quite a lot, to be fair. As it's now 3/10 of a second between these two, but it's 1/10 between Davis and Midnight. Is that a person off the track? That's Bonza off the track, and he's a massive danger right now to everyone as he's sliding around all of the track here. Oh, and that's Zoidberg sliding out of action into the wall. And he went from first down to 12. Oh, Athlete's also sliding. Here's Tio Super. Where's John? I think he's on. J Moore's in P2. Bonza P5. There's the top. It's the top three that's on Racing Soft. You break the chain, then it's Bonza who's on Racing Soft. Midnight on he's on mediums. Midnight on softs. Davis on softs. Rodri softs. Apart from Mike, everyone else, yeah. There's barely any battles. Well, there is battles, but Arthur is behind Midnight by Arthur is right behind Midnight, almost having contact. There might have been contact as Arthur just chucked his GTR up on the inside of the Mercedes here. As we've also got the battle for P1 between Eugene and Cash, as Eugene sets the fastest lap of a 1:46.181, which helps Eugene gain an extra point this race if he can keep that fastest lap with him gaining on cap as we speak. It's now 0.2 of a second between these two, as it's went back up to 0.3, now 0.2. About to come to the sector 1 chicane, 180 kilometers through the whole chicane, which is impressive. Cash must have been doing at least 185 kilometers as he's gained 0.3 of a second, now 0.2. Now he's losing tons of time to Eugene. Eugene is quite a fast driver on most tracks these days, especially in that in the M6 with the Toyota Supra in front with the massive rear wing, not as big as the BMWs though, as he has got the best tyres on the grid. Even better than the medium ones, which is impressive. As Bonds is right behind Josh, and Josh has just hit the wall, as now it's 2 car wide between Bonds and Josh. And Bonds gets a free place, but Josh might even try and fight it back with Chris Rodri right behind, 2 car wide into the final corner. What can Josh try do? He's about to come over the line, 2 car wide, getting the exact same time almost. They are split by 40 thousandths of a second into turn 1 here. Here's Josh in P5, 9/10 down on Bonza, who's also on the racing meet. If you want, put 3 car wide though. Huh? Where? I wasn't even in. As that is Eugene battling Cash. Oh yes, shit. It's got no pin whatsoever. But it's laps 16 out of 20. Who's crashed? No one's crashed. No? as we've got Eugene in P2 by 3/10 of a second, with Moore in P3 by 6/10 of a second, as he is gaining as much as possible with the NASCAR racing line. As Bonza here is as we see Josh trying to overtake Bonza into the chicane, but he's not close enough. He's close enough on the exit, guys. It is 1/10 of a second between these two, and the Jaguar tried to defend. He moved onto the inside line, but can he actually keep that inside line? He's going to try keep the inside line with Bonza still ahead, and he's gained 2/10 of a second on Josh. But Josh is managing to try stay into the slipstream and try gain some time into sector 3 here, as sector 2/3. How's the battle for P1 going? That's not even on anymore. It's a battle for P2 between Mark and Eugene. But the battle for P5 is on. As Josh is 5/10 behind Bonza, goes really wide all the way up to the wall here. Bonza in the Jaguar, also on the racing mediums, but Josh's racing mediums are better than Bonza's, so Josh has got the tyre advantage. He might even try 2-car wide coming into the chicane. He might have to brake. Yes, he does have to brake, but he does set the fastest sector 1 as he's a tiny bit sideways. Roger is even more sideways through the chicane, but let's go on board with Josh. He has that's the Toyota Supra trying to force a gap through the Jaguar as it's 2-car wide on the exit. Josh might be trying to make a move on Bonza. Can Bonza try make the defensive move up on the inside, as that is normally the defensive line? Josh has a tiny bit of contact trying to say, get out of the fucking way, Bonza. My screen. On my screen that happened, but I'm not entirely sure. But as you guys are on the other side of the world to me, but as Rodri is trying his hardest to keep Arthur Wrightus behind as he's into the wall, and that is Chris under pressure, and it's the commentator's curse. I think the commentator's curse might be back. Not a good thing at all. As Zoidberg sliding his car around the corner, battling with Zoidberg here. Whoa. Josh gained a heck of a lot of time on Bonza just from that chicane. As it is lap 19 out of 20. Round 3 is the Nürburgring after this race, so I'll be posting that on as well. they do. But it's either pit on the final lap or not be able to turn. I'd choose that option to be fair. Hamilton 2020 vibes. It's the same tyre as well. Bloody hell. He's really trying to... Yeah, he's really trying to recreate 2020 Hamilton. Apart from you're not in P1, that's the thing that's unrealistic. It's fine. I mean, arthritis is thank God. Then there's Bonza in P4. Eugene is gaining on cash, to be fair. As Brock is really struggling. Gosh, how are you struggling when you've got better tyres on in Ballet? On the Toyotas, on the Toyota end, yeah. Yeah, we might have to have a slight yellow flag because Chris cannot turn. As that is Cash in P1 who defeats Eugene. Eugene P2, Moore P3, Bonza P4, Josh in P5, Arthur P6, Davis in P7, Rodriguez trying to turn his car in P8, Midnight in P9, Harmonic in P10, Dan in P11 and Warburg P12. He's only just on his final lap now. It's alright. Alright. Alright.